I mean, do you think right now that the federal government's involvement in this area is not well targeted? I mean, there's like something like 47 workforce training programs that have been identified by the GAO, and it can have sort of a scattershot effect, or
Yeah, well, that's true, but there are only a few that are really highly funded. And the question is, how well do they work? And the answer is, they could work better.
yeah. Well, I guess that's
Put
the
it
point
more
of it.
nicely. Um, and some of these were undertaken for purposes. The Labor Department funding. So we have two main sources: the Labor Department funding, which has long been much more of a second chance. People who are in trouble, people who get laid off, disadvantaged youth, not a broad human resource investment system. And then we have the educational department, where they provide Pell Grants and other incentives to go to college. And there really has been no mainstream effort to train the workforce as a whole and to have them in fields that really work. The community college system, while has some good examples, but overall the graduation rates are abysmal. There isn't a lot of connection between real jobs and what they're learning in the community colleges. Again, there are exceptions. But I think that if we moved the needle a bit more, actually just move the ship more toward things that really work, I think we'd do a much better job for the public for about the same amount of money.
I want to get your take, Bob Lerman, on how the pandemic might have impacted what you put forth in this proposal. Has it identified or helped identify any industries that might be ripe for apprenticeships, or perhaps any weaknesses in the proposal that might need to be beefed up, or put a little
Yeah.
more uh, content or substance to?
Right. Well, of course, it depends on how long this pandemic lasts. We have had, interestingly enough, uh, we've recovered a little bit faster than we did in 2009. We've got a long way to go. I mean, the African American 20 to 24-year-old unemployment rate is 24%. So we've got a long way to go. But among the things I do see as happening that we hadn't really anticipated is a much larger role for online, for less in-person activity. And what I think can be done there is there are now companies and other organizations that are developing a lot better online learning for apprenticeship, virtual reality projects, and a variety of things of that sort. So I think we could perhaps do some of that. On the other hand, I do think that this is, I mean, everyone says it's going to change everything forever. I'm a little skeptical of that. I think that certain sectors obviously have been hit extremely hard. And so helping people in those fields return and get into better careers is vital. But I think that, we were looking more at the long run. And I think that perhaps a year from now, when things are returning more toward normal, we still will have a lot of the challenges that we identified in our paper.